How do we create spiral stairs? Well, first I'm gonna go to my top view as always, and I'm gonna check snap on, and I'll snap to grid points and vertex. Now I'm gonna create a circle, and this circle is gonna be the central axis of my spiral stairs. So I'll go to modify, and I'm gonna set the radius to a value of 30. Now I need to create another circle. So at the end of this one, I'm gonna have the start of any step around my spiral, and I'm gonna create another one, which is a copy, and that would define the end of every step. So the steps are gonna be from this point to that one. Okay, so let's set this at a radius of 100. Alright, so now that I have my two circles, I'm gonna create now a rectangle, and this rectangle is gonna go from this point down to that one. Alright, now first thing I need to do is right click and convert this to an editable spline, and I need to put the pivot point of that rectangle here in the center. So I'll go to hierarchy, effect pivot only, and I'll type 0 for X and 0 for Y and 0 for Z. So now I have the pivot point centered in the center of the grid. Now what I need to do is choose angle snap, press shift and rotate an instance of this rectangle like this. So I'm going to rotate by 15 degrees, and I'll choose OK. Now since these are instances, if I select the first one and then select these two vertices and scale, let's set this to center of selection. When I scale these down, the other step would scale too, so that would provide me with the proper alignment procedure for my steps, and I'll do the same for the back parts. So now I have a 15-degree offset between every two steps, and they are gonna perfectly align whenever they are rotated by 15 degrees. Okay, very good. So now I need to work on the design of my step. For that, I'm gonna select this segment first of all, and I'll go down and divide by two vertices. So I'll type 2 here and click on divide, and now I'm going to select these vertices, press move, and move them inwards like so. Okay, and I can also move these, but this part is not going to matter because it's going to be obstructed by the central axis, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. Now I'm going to select this segment, and here I'm going to divide by 3. Okay, this is going to show, therefore I will give it a bit more detail. So I'll select these and then go like this. Now I can make these vertices smooth, and I can adjust the curvature over here. Like so, and then pull these inwards. Alright, I can also create an arc here and attach it, but I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, now I can get rid of that one, and I'm going to extrude this by choosing modifiers, mesh editing, extrude, and I'll set the amount of extrusion to 6 centimeters. Okay, now I need to create the handrail. So again, I'll switch to my top view, and here I'm going to create a sphere, snaps onto here, and just like I did with the straight stairs, I'll move it back, give it a precise value, -95, and I'll go to my front view, zoom over, and move it up, and increase the hemisphere value. Okay, like this. Alright, now for the handrail, this is the 1 meter mark, always take note of it. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to uncheck snap, and I'm going to go to smooth and smooth, and I'm going to create a smooth curve that goes like this. And then I'm going to go to modify, make these all Bezier vertices, and adjust the curvature as I like. Okay, not bad. Now, maybe 1 meter is too high for this because the step is short, so I'm going to select these and move them down. And I will adjust the curvature over here, make it smaller. It go inwards, like so. Okay, so this is going to reach around 85 centimeters. Alright, so now I will make this renderable, display render mesh, and set the thickness to 2. And again, I'm going to place a sphere here at the end of the rail. And the radius is going to be 2.5. Okay, I'm not going to assign any materials. For the material creation, refer to the Straight Stairs movie. For now, I'm just going to work on the geometry. But I'm going to at least change the colors. So I'll make a selection for the metallic parts, and I'll give them a color. And I'll give another color to that one. Okay, not bad. Now I'm going to select all of these elements without the circles though, just the step parts, and I'll choose group, and I'll call it step. The most important thing I have to do now is place the pivot point of one step here in the center of the grid. I'm going to go to hierarchy, affect pivot only, and I'll type 0, 0, 0. The reason I did that is because I want all these eventual steps to rotate around this central axis. Okay, now I need to create an array. Now the angle that I need to rotate with is going to be 15 degrees because this is the one I calculated at the beginning of the tutorial, and I'm going to move every step with respect to the one before by 20 centimeters. Now these values can be easily adjusted in case I find them unsuitable for my project. So what I will do now is choose Tools, Array. Now I'm going to move up, this is the move section here, in the z-axis by a value of 20 centimeters, and I'm going to rotate by 15. And the total amount of steps is going to be 20. Now I'll press OK. Okay, so now I have my spiral stairs, very nice. Next I'm going to create my central axis. So I go to my top view, and here I see that I have a perfect alignment between all the steps, which is why I started with 2 instances and calculated the angle between them. Going back to my top view, I'll choose cylinder, snap in the center, and create a central cylinder that goes upwards, say by 4 meters. Okay, let's give it another color. I'll choose gray for that one. Okay. I would like to hide now my original circles because I don't need them anymore. And now it's time for me to create my connecting part between the handrails, which is probably the most difficult part in this exercise, but it's not that difficult. First, I'm going to go to my top view, and I'll go to create shapes and choose helix. I'll start the helix here in the center, go outwards. I need the helix to finish at the sphere, so I'll release it over here and create the height and then click to finish. Now both radii, which are radius 1 and radius 2, should be the same. Okay, I'm going to change the color of the helix, set it to blue. Now the first thing I would notice is that, let's increase the height a little bit, the helix is going in the, if I rotate this, in the opposite direction as these stairs. So what I need to do first of all is choose counterclockwise, or CCW, for the orientation of my helix. And then I have to rotate my helix by 180 degrees to make it align with the first step. So under Z I'll type 180. Okay, then I need to increase the turns of the helix, or actually decrease the turns of the helix and increase the height so that the helix would reach the highest step. So here I'm going to increase the turns just a little bit more, and then the height, and there. Now the helix is traveling exactly across the stairs. Now I'm going to select it, and I'm going to move the helix so that the start fits perfectly with the first sphere in my stairs. And I'm going to make it renderable and display the render mesh. and I'll set the I'll increase the thickness later. For now, I'll just make sure that everything fits properly. Okay, I have a good fit here. Let's set the radius to 90 by 90, which would be better. Very good. Alright, now I need to fix the upper part of the helix, because whenever I fix the start, I need to fix the end, and all the other points will be automatically fixed. So if I go up here, I see that I have again a perfect fit at the top, which is great. Now I can increase the thickness up to 3. Okay, so now I've created my spiral stairs, which are perfectly geometrical and architectural. And for the materials, check the materials section on the CD, or check the straight stairs video on how you create the metallic materials for your stairs, plus the fabric or wooden parts for the steps. Alright, so there you go.